Welcome to Imminent Peril, the creatively chaotic survival action role-playing card game. In general, we're all going to be creating a situation that we're all part of. We're going to add ourselves to the story, and then we're going to be putting each other into terrible situations that we have to survive using special abilities. Very improv, very creative. There's no right or wrong or heavy set rules. If people are okay with something, it can happen.
Hi, I'm Veronica, and I'm here to play some Imminent Peril. It's my first game, so I'm excited.
Awesome. Newbie. Yep. I'm Ben. I am a content creator, live streamer. I've been working with Imminent Peril to produce videos like this so that you guys can check out the game.
Yeah, he made this. Unless it never reaches anyone, in which case...
It wasn't me.
Yeah.
It wasn't me.
I'm Aaron Lanowitz, creator of the game. Excited to play another unique round of Imminent Peril.
I'm Victoria. I'm an artist. I paint and draw. That's all that's interesting about me. I've never played this game, but I listened to a video about how to play it, and now I know.
My name's Kojiro Higgins. I'm here to have fun. When I was 8 years old, I took an improv comedy class at Imaginon, so I think I know what I'm doing.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Doesn't it show?
Yeah.
Like-
That's just how it
Very
is.
impactful to my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he was actually completely different between that moment.
Yeah.
He kind of was. First, enough.
To start, I'm going to roll our scenario. So we got a bunch of different cards here. I'm going to flip the top card of each. And that's going to give us 4 words or 4 phrases that we have to put together to make our scenario. So we are starting in a steampunk theater full of cartoon shapeshifters.
Okay.
Hey.
That's like kind of
The
perfect.
theater seems to line up okay.
Yeah,
It's not
that
bad.
works. Now we're going to add elements. We're going to add more details to try to glue these things together, to try to make these 4 things kind of make sense. I do like how, since we're in a theater, cartoons kind of make sense. So maybe like they popped out of the projection.
Yeah.
What if like the camera is like keeps on catching and switching videos, or switching between different
Oh,
things,
that's a cool element.
and every time it switches, all the creatures switch to
Right.
that?
It's almost like you're watching one cartoon and then it hitches and then now you're in a different cartoon.
Yeah,
So maybe
yeah.
that's why it's shape-shifting. That's cool.
And you guys can during game, you can say whenever it switches, you guys decide when it switches as appropriate for however you want to use it. Any other details about the situation that you guys want to add?
In the middle of a bustling, industrious city. Steampunk train, lots of gears, lots of wheels, comes through. Doors open, and cartoon shapeshifters,
As we know them.
as we believe they are, pour out into the city, starting to blend with regular people and other various creatures. What are they here for, and how do we stop them if we
Tune
need
in
to?
next episode.
Yeah.
Well, that's a wrap, guys. Good
So
game.
are you implying that this is a mobile train theater? And that's how they
Oh my
work?
god,
That'd
be kinda cool.
I like that.
Yeah, it's
That's
like
so silly.
this train goes from, spread out dystopian towns and delivers the cartoons for people's amusement. This apocalyptic scenario. I like that.
You're
Yeah.
starving to
Much
death,
like
and they're like,
the
oh, look at
Pinocchio
these
traveling
cartoons, they're
circus.
dancing.
Yeah.
I
Right.
love it.
I mean, that's how you deal with unhappy people. You just entertain them.
Yeah.
Go
and
into
they don't
the
care.
They're going
them.
in the TV. Next.
So we've established our scenario, but now we need to inject ourselves into the story. For example, I'm going to be the conductor, a very morose person, knowing that he's only treating the symptoms, not the problem, delivering cartoons to the unhappy public.
I'm gonna be just one of the passerbys, the ongoers of this district who's so excited to come for the weekly cartoon show and is now just in the thick of this unveiling of all the shape-shifting cartoons coming for us.
I'm gonna be a stowaway. I'm just pretending sometimes to be an employee. I just look really confident, so no one really questions me. So I can watch all the cartoons I want and get fed every day. I go to the employee cafeteria and I eat whatever's there. I take someone else's rations every day. And they are conducting an investigation, so I'm trying to play low right now. So yeah, that's my story.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's a lot to work with too. That's fantastic.
I'm the projectionist and or announcer who starts off all of the presentations that release all the cartoons in the city. I'm pretty aware that what I'm doing is a little morally gray, but I'm financially benefiting greatly out of this venture.
He gets all of his meals.
I'm pretending to be a cartoon and I'm trying my best. I'm in one of those full spandex, all black suits, or like black and white, something like that.
Is this like a repeated behavior, or is this your first time trying to do it?
This is an affliction, yeah.
Cereal.
This is
She
my.
has a problem.
This is a mental illness.
Ever since you saw the first cartoon, you've like,
I
I
was
was
like,
be that.
That's me.
Someday, be on that train doing the cartoon.
Yeah, I love it.
All right, so we're all in the story. Fantastic starts by everyone. I've already dealt us ability cards. So first, we're going to jump into the recurring part of the game now. So phase 1 is peril. Every round, we have a different target that we're going to put in peril. To accomplish this, you take your current target and you pass it to the left. So now, this is the person that you are going to have to put into peril. The way that you're going to do that is take whatever they said they were doing, and you're going to kind of continue the story like a narrator, and you're going to determine how the world is evolving and their situation is evolving to put them in new, immediately life-threatening danger. The one rule with regards to putting somebody in peril, players have free will. So the players themselves have autonomy over their own character. You can't dictate for somebody else how they feel, what they say, how they react to events. You're more guiding them and controlling the environment around them.
Mhm.
So at any point, if somebody says like, your character scrapes his knee and he starts crying like a little baby, like the person can say, no, I don't. Try again.
Quite the
Can we
peril.
bring some personal trauma into the system?
He's like saying like really embarrassed that they like peed their pants. Like it's not that big a deal.
Guys, you are not my therapist. I will deal with this in my personal. To help us prepare, everybody make sure you know who your target is. Should be the person you're right.
No.
Let's do a quick recap as to what our characters were doing last, just to help remind the person who's going to be putting us in peril. So I am the morose conductor of the train.
I am just a resident of this district who's looking forward to the train cartoon show. And
Cartoon
I-
enjoyer.
Yes, average cartoon enjoyer POV right here.
And then I am a stowaway pretending to be an employee on the train.
Announcing the new cartoons of the new world. Cartoon. That's what I'm doing.
And I'm a cartoon. I promise.
All right. So once you know how your target will be put in a new peril, flip your target card upside down. This gives us a simultaneous
man.
chance to think.
Oh, upside down.
You guys were thinking.
So I'll go first. Every round, it's whoever goes first through these turn takings is going to change. So I'll start this round. Victoria, you're living the dream. You're being a cartoon in a crowd full of cartoons. It's wonderful, but you sense some dissent in the crowd. One old lady, like bedraggled and like holding arms full of cats, pushes her way through the crowd and starts screaming, "We don't want you here! We need food, not cartoons!" And out of all the cartoons that she chooses to start pegging with like angry cats, you're the number one. You just get a face full of like feral, unusually sharp clawed cats, and it's probably gonna like cut open a vein or a jugular if you don't do something.
Okay.
All right, well, Aaron, you are the conductor of this bad boy. You're up there in the driver's seat, and you have been distributing these cartoons all throughout the different districts. And it's really hitting home, the implications of your actions. The people don't need the distraction, they need support. And in your head, while you're distracted by all this, you didn't realize that the front train car got disconnected from the rest of the train. And you are starting to now drive off, and you're picking up speed because of the sudden loss of weight, and you lose control, and your train car is about to derail, and you're going to be in a high-speed rolling collision, fiery explosion.
Yeah, they really need to do better with the infrastructure maintenance.
Sucks. They need to figure out carabiners. Figure
Mhm.
something.
Well, it's steampunk. We've lost some technology, through the ages.
So Ben, you're just walking around, you're going to the station to see the cartoon, and suddenly there's all these cartoon skeletons in the street, and you think they're really cool, but they're kind of menacing looking, and you look to your right and you see a skeleton getting closer to somebody, opens their mouth, and then goes inside them,
Oh my
becomes their new skeleton.
Oh,
So,
my God.
While you're just so distracted looking at this very grotesque imagery, you look forwards and you see another skeleton. He's like right on top of you,
Oh no.
and you know what he's gonna do.
Right. Okay. What kind of cartoon were we showing these people? It's like-
Whatever
Skeleton.
keeps the mess
Listen,
out of
listen,
the
Listen, when you defeat the bad skeletons, everyone's pretty happy.
I guess if
So
your
true.
scenario is so depressing, you need something more depressing to distract you.
Yeah.
To really double
Listen,
down.
It could be
It
worse.
could be worse.
Yeah.
It is now worse.
You could be a skeleton.
All right, so you were a stowaway.
Mhm.
As you hide in your little spot, you hear footsteps, doot, 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 and a whistle. Look for any stowaways or cartoons, variant cartoons that are causing trouble. We hear skeletons taking over people's bodies and anything like that. And they're surrounding your train car and about to open the car that you are in.
Okay.
The
they have a
police
weapon?
force, and they have weapons that are appropriate at the time. Single fire pistols. But if
Okay.
they were to miss,
It would take a while.
it'll take a while for them to reload.
Okay.
Could you make the threat a little bit more like imminent? Like
They're in the room.
There's a firing squad.
They've opened the door and they found you. Are you one of the cartoons? Weapons drawn.
Okay.
Okay. I was thinking that as you're announcing, oh, this is the cartoon show, we love it here, like, and I hope you guys love this instead of food or help or money. There's a watcher, a cartoon enjoyer, much like Ben, and instead he's like, oh, these aren't real. This isn't real. This is witchcraft. And he comes over and he has a knife and he's running at you with a knife and he's I don't know. Am I allowed to stab him?
Yeah,
Or-
yeah. You
okay,
can say you are getting
You're
stabbed.
by
It's not
a freak.
lethal though.
A freak who really doesn't like that you're showing them like witchcraft, which it really is because there's shapeshifters. So.
That's
True.
True.
There's not nearly enough steam in that projector. It seems sometimes.
It's crazy because it requires a lot of steam too.
All right. So, does everybody feel adequately imperiled?
Yeah.
All right, so pick one of your abilities to help explain how you're getting out of the situation. There are a couple rules with using your abilities. Number one, the elephant rule. What you can do with your card, what it can affect, or what it can change in the world initially can only be an elephant's amount, like up to an elephant's amount. Some cards it doesn't really apply, but other cards, like if you're trying to water bend a pool, like you can't water bend the ocean, but you could water bend a pool. You could like lift up a bus if you're super strong, but you're not gonna like tip over a building or like kick the earth off its orbit. Rule number two, you done messed up. So any changes that result from using your ability are permanent. So if you have an ability that changes you into a werewolf, you're a werewolf for the rest of the game. You can't actively use werewolf abilities in future rounds because you're not playing the werewolf card, but you're the size of a werewolf, you're werewolf strongish, and you're also now susceptible to silver. So actions have consequences.
No longer able to fit into a hole that's too small for a werewolf.
Right.
That's true. Very specifically niche issue that you men face.
It turns out the escape hatch on the projector room.
Wow,
is
that's
actually-
Smaller than werewolf.
Definitely.
size.
One more thing. So if you're not happy with any of your ability options, you can discard any one of them and you can draw a new ability, but then you have to use whatever you drew. So the first round is, I might as well go into this now. There's first round immunity. For everybody's first round of gameplay, you're not going to be eliminated in your first round. So it's kind of like a warm-up. You get a chance to get into character. You can use your worst card, as some may do. And once you know which ability you're going to use to survive, flip your card face down for me. All right. Well, I guess I go first with my wild card. So, fortune favors the bold. My confidence carries me through situations in which cowards or the clever would falter. So, I've been conducting trains for a while now. I know when the train feels off and when I feel like it's gonna start to derail. So, instead of panicking like some coward, I'm just going to grab a hold of the steering wheel even harder. I'm going to say, no, you don't. And I'm going to straighten it out and keep it on track.
This is just being an alpha ability.
This girl gets it.
Where betas would falter.
Yeah.
Especially Omegas.
Oh no, I'm too scared.
For real.
Idiots. Should just steered harder.
Yeah.
Built a little different.
I don't think it's like this. I really don't.
I mean, that's
I'm pretty sure, like, that's how the cars work. And this
I've
is
seen
just
Polar Express.
I guess there's a little,
You just keep it straight.
there's a little less turning involved when you're on a single track, I guess. Really.
well, no, that's what they want you to think, but that's
Yeah.
That's what Big Train wants.
so it's more like
You infiltrated your mind palace already.
so the train's on the tracks, right? And it's starting to tip off the tracks. I'm untipping it.
Okay.
Tipping
See,
wheel.
now
You know
that-
what? You explain that so confidently, I'll believe you.
I
just
think
have
that-
questions.
that-
I understand now.
That tracks. That train tracks.
All right, so I've got this animated skeleton coming for me. I just watched another one climb inside someone else's body. But I'm going to use my ability to reduce, where I can shrink the amount of something up to 1,000 times less than the original amount. And I'm going to just on the spot reduce the skeleton cartoon 1,000 times and just step on it as I run away.
Eat it like a little candy.
Well, see, but this isn't accomplishing his goal.
Yeah, that's
Inside, so I don't want to eat him.
No, but win-win, you know.
Yeah.
Don't
Still gets to
forget
be
you.
inside me, but not top me. Yeah.
In
I'm
relationships, you have to compromise. It's very
I'm
important.
gonna compromise them all over the pavement, and we're gonna get out of this one. I think.
So, I'm a stowaway. The cops are on me. They have their guns trained on me. But I'm a fighter, alright? I'm never more at home than the battlefield. And as a stowaway, this is not my first rodeo. I know how to fight. So I duck down and I do a very special martial arts move where I just kick all of them in the nuts. And if it's a woman, I just headbutt her. She's gonna be the last one. And then I just run away while they're all, on the floor groaning.
Nice.
Oh my god.
I've seen that. Yeah. That's,
Yeah, I think that's in the Matrix.
It's very.
you know?
It's
I
like.
think that's in the me.
Any bullets.
You look down, you've just been riddled.
I'm just like this, and then while I'm doing that, I'm also kicking them
Yep. Oh, okay, there you go.
at 2 times the speed.
Fire Squad, more like Limbo. Alright. Substance mimicry. I have the ability to turn my entire body into a dark sludge. The instant I get stabbed, I turn myself into a dark sludge on the floor of the train and fall through the cracks to leave the train. I'm thinking, this job is finally coming to bite me in the back. I'm going to need to get somewhere safe.
I like how the train has like a very.
It's a
Oh,
no bridge.
Yeah.
It's got
Like
bolts
there's.
and a little bit. If you're a sludge, you can weasel your way
Listen,
through.
if you were a sludge, you would know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
But I'm
understand.
not trying to pick
Sludgers
apart-
understand.
I'm not trying to pick apart the explanation, but sludge isn't exactly the fastest.
It may take some time. But hard to stab.
Yeah,
Really
that's
important
true.
part.
I can't believe you're sludge now.
I like how you also didn't specify what the substance is. Just like dark and sludgy. That could be some gross stuff, man.
It's dark.
So mine is I'm gonna be a druid. You're connected with the natural world around you, allowing you to merge with it or reach out to it for aid. Example, call forth nearby animals and plants or become one of them. So I'm going to be friends with these cats.
Mm.
Call forth nearby animals or plants. I'm like, guys, come on. Guys, come on, you know me. It's me.
The old lady is just saving them the trouble of walking to.
Yeah, they love me now.
Are you a druid like you're a cartoon? Or is this like.
I'm still a cartoon.
Okay, sorry.
I'm still a cartoon, but I'm a cartoon that cats love.
All right, so the next phase is resolution. We figure out which of us made it, which of us didn't. Since it's the first round, nobody's going to die. But for the sake of practice, the way it works is when we're going to do a vote, and we'll each do a recap before the vote to help kind of like remind us what everybody's doing. So we'll do that first. Quick recap. Yeah, I boldly grab a hold of the tilt wheel of my train and keep it on its tracks.
I reduced my skeleton attacker to 1,000th the size they were and stepped on him.
I'm a martial artist, and I fought them and then got away.
I'm blocking or avoiding the knife attack by sludgifying.
I am a druid, so now the cats love me. Animals love me. Plants love me. Fish fear me.
Hate me.
All right. So when you know who you would vote for, put your finger in the air. What's going to happen is once everybody's ready, I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, drop them, and we all point at whoever we're voting for simultaneously. All right. So 3, 2, 1, drop them. So luckily that's a practice round
Yeah.
because that would have been an overwhelming defeat for me.
People don't like the overconfidence thing anymore, you know? They're
I
already
think-
rooting against you for just thinking you could correct an entire train.
I think that makes it
Alphas
all the
are-
more hilarious. All right, so for those who survived, including me this round, everything happens exactly how you said it happens, but anything that you may not have said that somebody else could add to kind of twist what you said or change what you thought was going to happen. Like if you didn't specify, somebody else can now.
Manipulative.
So go ahead and discard what you used.
Manipulate.
Everybody pass your target to the left. Does everybody remember what their target was last doing?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So once you know how their story is going to evolve to put them in new imminent peril, flip your card upside down.
Wait, what was you doing again?
Skeleton.
Yeah,
yeah,
I saw
okay.
that.
And if you guys want to, I can do a recap. But
Oh, I got it now. I understand it now.
now first player is Ben.
All right. Well, I am targeting you, Victoria. And after your successful transformation into a druid and befriending the cats that were previously attacking you, these are shape-shifting cartoons that we're dealing with. And one of the nearby cartoons is going to switch from a skeleton that was attacking people to a big, feral, rabid dog that was the star of some dog-related cartoon. And
Okay.
it sees you with these cats, and it just instantly locks in and turns into an aggressor and is now going to run over there and bite and try to eliminate all of you.
Not one of my own.
I've seen that. It's a Cujo the Big Red Dog, right?
It's like a
Yeah.
cat versus dog
Cujo.
movie.
So you righted the train, right? But the sun and force causes your extremely hot coffee. This is before regulations, okay? So this coffee,
Before
you
McDonald's.
yeah, before
Yeah.
McDonald's, before the lawsuit with
The
that old
lawsuit.
lady, you're about to become that old lady, alright? If that coffee hits you, it's going to fuse all of your skin and clothes together.
Oh my god.
That is what happened in the
Oh,
lawsuit.
those
so
are
I'm
the flashbacks.
yeah,
Oh my God.
so
I must have left it on the radiator.
Yeah,
like,
you
accidentally.
righted it, and now it's like you see in slow motion these like hot particles coming straight towards
Oh
your
my
face.
God.
So
All right.
Okay.
Wow.
That sounds perilous.
Ben, this one's gonna be a little simpler. So you're surrounded by these cartoon skeletons going into people's mouths and probably taking over. You see one more go into someone else's mouth, and you see that person start to struggle and they're in pain. You see their skin start to bubble up, some shapes emerge from their skin as they slowly, from the inside out, are replaced with the very skeleton that entered their mouth. Now, 3 of these skeletons are coming towards you, and they say, you may have been able to reduce 1 skeleton, but what can you do against 3?
And they say that.
They say that.
Is it like against the skin's will? Like they're just like still panicking, but
And
they're
then the regular person also is like really worried. You may have been able to get one, but what about fate?
This is
You're right, that is more simple.
Yeah, totally simpler than hot coffee.
everyday problem.
Yeah.
We all face.
3 of them this time.
3.
Don't meet one of those skeletons in a
One,
dark
not
alley.
one, but 3.
Yeah.
Veronica, you did escape the cops.
mhm.
Good job. But you were running so fast, like away, because that was really scary. And you did kick them and they are all on the ground, but you ran into the gear room or
Are they, like, working?
the steampunk gear steam coal room or whatever. And you know, wherever they
Oh
and all
yeah.
the stuff's moving around, and
Okay.
you're like, oh, I'm about to. You are falling into the gears, and you're gonna be crunched.
Kajiro.
Hours. Oh,
Nope. I still get a
You're not
You
impaired.
haven't
That's
killed me
right.
yet. So you're leaking out of the bottom of the train.
Yep.
Unfortunately, this part of the train, like to keep the gear room cool, it requires a lot of like fresh air intake. So there's like vents all across the bottom of the train, just trying to pull in that cool air to blow it through the gear room. So you're being sucked into the cooling vents, which leads to an incredibly like more than boiling hot pipe system that's supposed to be cooling things off. So
That's not good for me.
being sucked through a hot straw.
Okay, I like that.
You like it? You love it?
Maybe not me, but it's cool.
Look, you haven't ridden the hot straw ride, so you wouldn't understand. It's like
It's a once in a lifetime, you know.
Did we just all smell Kojira? Like, all these events?
It was like being superheated on the.
Sounds like a dark
That
sludge.
smells like sludge.
yeah. All right. So go ahead and pick one of your abilities to use to try to survive. Bed.
All right, so I've got not one, not two, but three half-transformed skeleton people that are begrudgingly coming towards me to attack me, as their hosts are not complying. But luckily, I have the power of possession, where I can transfer my soul into a new vessel, animate an object, or swap bodies with another living thing. So in the blink of an eye, I leave my body and I inhabit one of the other body snatchers, and I'm like, yeah, let's get that guy, let's get him, and I just
Wait, are
resume
you
the race.
switching or are you
Oh, I'm
just...
full blown switching. Yeah, I'm one
So
of them.
they're now in your body?
Mm-hmm.
Your previous body? Oh
Yeah,
my god.
and yeah, so I'm. Oh, I guess I'd be more like, yeah, let's get him. Oh no, oh god, because I gotta fit in with the other ones that are in
So
pain.
did you transfer into the skeleton that took over that body, or were you in
Yes,
that
I
body?
think so.
You don't want to transfer into the guy
No.
with the skeleton already.
No,
So that's a step
right?
backwards.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. No, I think I maybe it's open to interpretation, but I like to think I kicked the skeleton out and I'm now
And he's
inhabiting.
he was in
he's
now he's in
now
your body.
Yeah.
Okay.
We did a little swap.
Is this just brain or is it physical?
Well, I mean, I can kind of, I think it's physical in the
It's
same
just-
way that I had my own physical body. Now it's
That
like,
he's abandoned his body and now
yeah,
he's
I am
now
now
he's the
this
skeleton.
new.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, I'm falling forward into these gears, but I have this transmuting touch that I've been holding on to. You know, I ate something weird the other week from the rations, and I just felt like I could just turn it into some water. It's not the best water. It was what I drank last week, and like it was a little suspicious, but it's not going to kill me and grind me up. So instead of turning into a liquid, I turned the gears into liquid.
Oh,
Yeah.
as you're coming into contact, I like that.
It's a little different.
I mean, it's
What I
no
did.
sludge, but it's
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
sludge. It's a little grimy, but it's not as like
It's a little
dark
bit
and
similar to
yeah, a
someone
little
else's.
similar. I'm a little suspicious now about the water.
Yeah.
I'm in a situation where I'm the sludge, but my trusty sidekick, who I've been through thick and thin, the mechanic, the engineer, in the room where the cold intake is leading to, was always my friend. We've went through perilous moments where our lives were on the line, and he knows that I sometimes like to turn into some sludge, either for fun.
I've been known.
I've been known to. I'm a sludger. And I yelled the code word to him. I'm stuck in the cold intake system and getting sucked into the really warm area. And he knows exactly what to do. This happens numerous times. And he says, come on, not again. Every time with you. And he stops the system and begins opening it up to let me out.
It's a good thing you guys had time to workshop that key phrase. Otherwise, he'd have no idea.
It's a code word to be quick and efficient.
Yeah.
Only he knows.
And he knows.
That's why he's, we've been through so much. Blood thicker than
Sludge.
sludge.
But that's the name of the episode. Right there.
Thicker
Blood's
than
thicker than
sludge.
sludge.
I like it.
Okay, so what was happening to me? There was a dog. There was a giant dog, but I picked a card that says Barbarian. You can go into a rage, abandoning any consideration for your own well-being to multiply the ferocity of your offense. Example, go into a battle frenzy and start cleaving things in half. So what I'm thinking is that with me and my cat army, our strength is multiplied, and I'm able to tear this big dog apart, I think.
They're that dog.
I mean, I know.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I mean, I win.
Yep. All right, game's over. Congratulations.
Call it a day.
What kind of dog was it again?
Just a big one.
Big-
Just a big,
Big
Arrow.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
what was it from?
Steampunk.
a cartoon about a big rabid dog. It was
Okay,
not a
so
real-
since I know the cartoons,
Mhm.
then I know their
Oh.
weaknesses. Cats. So
Clifford
Yeah.
the Big Red.
little brownie points.
All right. I was about to be boiled instantaneously thanks to overly hot coffee that I had stupidly left on the heater. But
No
luckily,
lid.
no enough.
No.
Fortune favors the bowl. You don't need lids. But luckily, I've devoured worse. I have the ability to matter ingest, so I can eat anything that can fit into my mouth, which can open cartoonishly, like a snake. Whatever is eaten is irrevocably gone. So hot coffee, at least it's not that weird cup of sludge I had before. So it's like it's
Oh,
pouring
no.
out my face. I write the train that's pouring out my face, and I'm like, no, you don't. And I just like scoop the coffee out of the air.
it's perfect for already edible things.
Your preferred way of drinking the coffee?
Yeah, that was intentional. I put it on the heater.
He was heating
He
it up
does
to see if he could
every
feel
day.
anything, because when he ingested it, it's just gone. So he's
Well,
like,
also, the life of the conductor. I don't feel anything.
Yeah.
That's
all
a
right.
problem.
Now I'm sad.
Well, can we recap? Actually,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would love to recap.
Go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, so I used my power of possession to swap bodies with one of
Right.
my attackers and then tried to blend in with the gang.
I was falling forward and my arm touched the gear, my little thingy, and it turned into water.
I have an engineer friend who knows how to fix all of my problems.
And I am using my rage and coercion to get the cats and me to kill this cartoon dog.
And I'm using matter ingestion to drink that impossibly hot coffee, as I do every morning to wake up.
I'm sure he was about to derail. He didn't have his coffee yet.
Oh yeah, that was the
I
problem.
wasn't quite awake.
I like my coffee while it's hot.
All right, so when you know who you'd vote for, put your finger in the air.
Do we do a
All right.
countdown?
Yep. 3, 2, 1. Drop him.
Oh,
Oh, the skeleton gets it.
I don't believe you.
doesn't seem very probable, sir.
They just asked, oh really? When was my birthday?
They have co-skeleton. So Ben,
They're
what went
friends.
wrong?
Yeah, so I successfully made the body swap, so the first part of the plan was great. However, I just did not mimic the cadence and sound of the voice of these skeleton invaders, so I stuck out like a sore thumb immediately. Also, I was trying to blend in with the people in pain, but I was just busting a move a little too good, and they were like, something's off about that
He's
guy.
gonna
Yeah.
get me.
Also, the guy that then swapped in my old body probably was just like,
That
no,
guy-
guys, it's me, it's me, and so then they just got
Johnny.
it.
Yeah,
I remember
it's
all of your
John.
birthdays.
Yeah, so I failed the code question, and then with their skeleton super cartoon strength, they just ripped me apart in
Aw.
shreds. Yeah, so
All right.
R.I.P.
So sad.
He's
So-
no longer with us.
Escalation as the first eliminated player. How does our general situation get worse?
Got it. Okay, so in our district, this is the first time that we've had rogue cartoons escape the train and attack us. But this has happened all over the remaining part of our steampunk world. And so much so that they've actually developed a special task force. So this special task force is designed to collect and contain the cartoons and then make the people who saw it go down cooperate forcefully and not, spread misinformation about the cartoons that get loose at these different districts. You guys have aggressive, hostile, specially trained soldiers now who are here on the premises looking for cartoons and anyone who may not cooperate.
Yeah. So this phase of the game, it provides additional elements for the remaining survivors to work with when they're putting
Material.
peril.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Go ahead and discard. We're gonna pass cards to the left.
So this one still goes, right?
Yeah. So there should be a gap. So we're gonna fill the gap first.
Gap filled.
And now that the gap is filled,
Call us the gap filler.
now we push one more. All right. So when you know how your target will be put in a new peril, flip your card upside down.
Your last power was just you like consuming stuff, right?
Yeah. I just drank it.
I just drank it. Oh, I got
It was
pee.
hot.
I got pee real bad.
Maybe that's my new peril.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
It's burning hot, Pete.
I think I got something.
All right.
Oh,
You are first
Okay.
now.
So,
Oh, yeah, there's cops, by the way.
yeah, Kojiro, I got you.
SWAT team.
So, the SWAT team is actually in the car, right? Right when your friend saves you and scoops you out, the cops come, the SWAT team comes, knocks him out. You don't know if he's alive or not. They hit him pretty hard. And they had a special device. They knew that you were, doing all the cartoons, and they needed a way to silence you just in case things went out of control. So they have this special.
Were you silent or were you silenced?
They have this special machine that can just suck you up and then just destroy all intelligent thought into you. So you will just become regular sludge if they scoop you up.
Not regular.
You can be sludge that's suspicious, but there is no intelligent thought. You can't think what made you is gone. So you cannot get sucked up by this machine, and there's 3 of them, and they got it pointed at you, and they're sucking.
Magic number.
We're now a regular sludge.
Sucking in this game.
Circle sucking.
Mm-hmm. Not a situation I want to see myself in as a sludge.
That's sludge.
Okay.
There's circumstances, maybe.
It might be cool.
As
Alright.
sludges, we often run into these problems.
Yeah. This is...
All right. I have a little something for you. You've gone berserk to defeat this feral dog, cartoon dog. In your ferocity and in your loudness and bloodlust, the elite task force's animal control group has caught wind of this situation. Multiple members of the task force with cat catchers, collars, and big nets, especially for people who are people size. And they
gotta
have you
catch the cat
cornered,
girls.
saying, "That looks like this shapeshifter is not a skeleton like every single other one, but is actually looks like a kind of more of a regular person is controlling the cats and the dogs. Get them!"
Oh no!
And you're stuck in a little
They found me.
net.
Okay. I'm in a cat catcher cat net, so I put person sized.
And they're ready to.
So what's
So what?
Stab
what's
you.
going
death
to end
part?
her
What's
life?
the death part?
That's so true.
Is it maybe? Oh wait, I'm gonna give you ideas.
That's so true.
Maybe-
Don't cut off the creativity now.
Okay, I mean, you could. It could be like a electrified.
I was gonna say
I was
that.
thinking that. Electrify. That doesn't end your life, though.
If it's
Yeah.
fatal, it does.
There's a thing called the electric
It could,
chair.
it could
There's
be
a thing. There's a
shrinking
little
net.
thing called the electric
The-
chair.
Squeezes
Very
her out
steam.
like
Let's,
Play-Doh.
we can go like with that.
Tranquilizer gun.
It's worked on the other cartoons so far to shrink them and crush them with a metal electrified net, and that's currently happening to you.
All of the above.
So electrified net, but also it's metal, but also
It's constricting you,
Crushing.
crushing.
metal.
You ever
Yeah.
do like the Play-Doh hairstyle thing? Where it's
Yes.
Like,
It changes
Yeah,
the color.
okay.
Something like that. So
Okay.
keep in mind.
So for you, so my idea in my brain, is that you're still conducting this car, and it's just the one car, but it's going down a hill, right? Well, you said it was stopped, but it started going again.
No, the cars with all the cartoon stuff were stopped. I got disconnected and I've just been...
You're just going.
Yeah.
You're just going. I'm thinking in my brain that at the end of this big steep hill is a town or like where everybody's living, and you're about to get crushed into a bunch of houses, and not only will you die, but other what are they called?
Bystanders.
Bystanders.
They're
will-
probably better off.
They'll die too. The ones who didn't come to see the cartoon show. So really, they deserve it. But
So it's just like there's supposed to be an end there town. I'm just
yeah.
train crash.
But also, you
into
gotta pee
town.
really bad, and it's starting to burn.
It worked it in.
That's not really lethal, but
Yeah, but still concerning.
It's-
Like I can see
it's
It'll
somebody.
prevent you from wanting to slow down, probably. So
Yeah.
and you're like, man, I really gotta pee,
All right.
and it burns.
I don't want
It
that.
sounds like he has an infection.
So, you liquefied the gears in the gear room into sludge water, but unfortunately, those were actually serving a pretty important purpose. They were not just like turning for shits and giggles. They were actually conducting heat to the stoves, to the cooking areas. So when you liquefied it, that heat is no longer being transferred back out of the system.
Oh.
So this sludge water that's just pooled that you're in the middle of is beginning to boil violently, especially because he also had his engineer buddy turn off the cooling tubes. So
Oh
just
no.
lots and lots of
Macaron.
heat.
This is the consequences of our actions.
Not the consequences.
I wasn't expecting those.
Okay, so once you know what ability you would use to survive, put a face down in front of you.
Yeah, me too, guys.
I'm in a suck machine that makes me not smart.
I think it removes
It's like
your
your
you.
humanity,
consciousness.
your autonomy. Yeah.
Suck so hard that I no longer know.
Who getting the best?
Okay. Interesting situation to be in.
Now, though you may want to die this way, you should try to.
I gotta
But
go.
just really weighing its options. It's just like, it's like I'm actually not gonna play an ability this time. It's like,
Bring back.
yeah.
It'll be the best experience of my life. And the last.
If I have to go out,
What a way to go.
you are up first for how will you survive?
So I have a futuristic piece of technology straight for the pages of science fiction. So, I was wearing a necklace and I tap on it and it makes this like very lightweight suit that regulates it so I can survive in any extreme weather conditions. I climb out of the carriage and I just go to the next one that's, it's kind of hot, but it's not like I'm going to die, It's like, kind of uncomfortably hot. I still have it on. Because, people are kind of sweating, and it's like, I don't like to sweat. And I was just in the water. It's just like, no, it's a little gross,
Mm.
When
But
you're
yeah.
when you're on the run and hiding, this is the kind of stuff.
Yeah, you have, yeah.
Comfort.
Comfort, yeah.
Prioritize comfort.
My life is already very uncomfortable.
Dude,
Mm.
living in a train car.
Alright. Pick a tour.
Huh?
I reveal that I'm actually half human and half horse. My top half is human and my bottom half is horse, and the previous sludgifying ability was only temporary, and I go back to not only my original self, but my true form. So I have an entire horse body, and with this, I crunch open the Super Suck 3000 machine, destroying it. And now, with the body of a horse, I curb stomp. I can do this while they're standing, and without a curb due to my height as a horse. Each of the task force members in the compartment.
Alright.
Okay, my turn.
You're out on the street, right?
Well, he's definitely out of the
Or
box.
is he in the? He's not in the train anymore.
I thought I was kind of
Are you
in
in the
whatever
train?
car that the engineer pulled me out into.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
so you're in a car, so it might be a little tight.
No, I'm not trying to negate what you said. I'm just
We're
for
just
my
putting
brain.
it all together.
I need to know. I need to visualize.
It needs a setting.
I do.
It's one of those open top like zoo animal cars.
This particular car
This
has
is
quite a
the-
lot of space.
The
Yeah,
animal
upper half
cracker.
just sticking
Yeah, it's like the animal cracker car.
Yeah.
So instead of a giraffe, it's just the top half of his body, like
Big
saying-
horse. Horse
This
man.
this car might be bursting at the seams just a little bit.
Okay.
The
With
metal.
blood and guts.
Yeah. Do all the curbs. Yeah. Stop.
Dumb.
Stopped.
Okay, so I was previously being crunched by a metal electrified and very have malicious intent cage. Actually I'm unimaginably wealthy. Is the So there is not a single problem your bottomless bank account cannot solve. Basically, these guys, the cops, the SWAT team they're more driven, everybody can be bought. So
There's a price.
I'm in the cage. I'm like this, and they're squeezing me. I'm like, no, wait, I have $100 million instant punk dollars, and I bribe them, and they're like, oh, no, hold on, let's see what she has to say.
That might be the most believable concept yet in this game.
No, literally,
Agreed.
like, especially in steampunk era, whenever that was, I'm sure they didn't have enough money to
I'd
pay
be bought
their
off if I
SWAT
was one of the
team.
guards.
Do you know
Me
how
too.
much sludgy water you can buy with that money?
How
Like,
many
bottomless
cartoons I
pit.
could watch?
all right, so I am crashing at the end of the line into the town,
Innocent lives.
violently through the houses. Luckily, though, I have energy absorption. I can completely absorb one kind of energy. You may save this card for later to release the energy in some controlled way. So, as this train is violently just barreling through houses and people and innocent bystanders, I'm just like still in the conductor's seat, like blandly holding my tilt steering wheel. Just any kinetic absorption or stuff, anything kinetic that would be hurting me or jostling me, it's cool. It's just another day in the office.
You're
So
absorbed.
I have the same like just unhappy expression on. Like,
And so the children and family. That
oh yeah, no, I mean they're better off.
It's unrelated to
It
his
must
personal
not have been
well-being.
the first time this has all gone down.
Yeah, really, like they keep rebuilding this town at the end of the line here. That's their mistake.
That's so true.
Yeah, at some point you gotta
Consider
learn. Like,
this.
don't stop a train with a town. That's-
Especially the people who keep moving in.
I mean, the rent is cheap.
That's
I'll say that.
fair. And the odds are worse in front of the train. There's like areas to the side where it's 50-50.
Yeah, you
Yo,
might
Mark.
die.
I hate it in Train Town.
Train Town sucks. Steampunk cartoon Train Town. Ugh. Don't get me started.
Yeah, so we'll do a quick recap and prep for voting.
I had a future piece of technology. I turned it on, and it's protecting me from the extreme weather condition, which is it's very, very hot, and it smells bad.
Sewer water.
Does it poof out like some scent too? Like
Yeah, like I have like a air freshener installed, and like it smells like lavender in my suit instead of whatever
Like-
Kajura was.
sounds delicious.
Nasty.
Yeah, gross.
Oh, for me, horse mode, escape the negatively impacting your mind suck machine, and we all know about the curb stomping.
We don't need to rehash that.
Can you like animate it for me? Just like get up and
No, not a horse.
No!
Oh
Oh god. Straight for the head.
How's he curb stomping me? There's neither a curb or a, and I'm also standing up.
Yeah. I am bribing the SWAT team to let me go with millions of steampunk dollars, which I don't know how I got as a cartoon, but
Your performances. People were, throwing you money and stuff. They loved your cartoon.
I like to think you've also been rich the whole time. You're like the daughter
I'm
of the
just a
super
freak.
This is just what you like to do. This is how you spend your
I
time.
do
have to
anything.
perform.
They call it being eccentric.
I'm an artist. Okay,
Exactly.
they call this high art.
Awesome. And using energy absorption to negate any kinetic damage that would hurt me.
It's such a good
I'm
one.
barreling through the town with my train.
For this specific situation is amazing.
All right, so when you know who you'd vote for, finger in the air.
Okay.
All right, 3, 2, 1, drop.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
Oh, I think there's only one person that has
Veronica.
2.
Yeah, it's me.
Veronica, what went wrong?
Which- To be honest, it was a toss up. You guys
Yeah.
all had
That's
good
one of the
plans.
Everyone had a good card.
yeah.
Usually with this game, like especially towards the end, like they're all good options. It's
Yeah.
really hard to say. Like
So I'm walking through. The problem was, since this was from the future, lavender had like this extra like bacteria. So then like I was just like hanging out in the carriage, and then I just start coughing, and then I just die. And like it's like all you see is like me hanging out in my suit, and like there's the window, and then suddenly I cough and there's blood covered in it, and I'm like this.
Lavender allergy.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
hate to see it.
There was a bacteria on there. I was very allergic to it and caused like instant death. So I was like,
train
Wow.
life is not for everyone.
Yeah.
Especially
So-
allergic people.
Yeah.
So we the two dead people get to escalate the general how things are worse. You could take how you ended and like
True.
make that a general problem.
Well, I've got an idea if you want to think about yours. So, in all the chaos and commotion, you guys look over at some point and feel the ground start to shake and see that 10 or so of these former cartoon skeletons are shapeshifting once again, but this time they're all kind of slowly getting pulled into each other into this mass and now have formed a mega cartoon person.
That's crazy.
It's just it lets out a huge roar and it's like looking around and slamming its fists at things. And,
What's it look like?
Bone mass.
I think it's just a kind of a blob. It's like a grainy black and white old timey cartoon blob person.
Okay.
That's huge, like probably 3 stories tall or so.
Yeah, jaunty
3
music.
stories.
Yeah.
So the train carriage I was hanging out with had some cartoons, right? And so when I had died, the suit like powered off because there's nobody there, and so like all of those like pathogens went out and infected the cartoons in there. Then they went into the blob, and now they're spreading it. You know, just like being around it is just emitting this gas.
Oh god.
And it smells really good, but it's not good. It's not good for you.
Don't breathe
Yes,
it.
It makes you. That's how it gets you. It
Yeah.
makes you want to breathe it in.
Like,
Wow.
oh no, it doesn't
Lavender
smell like
blob.
shit in the city anymore.
Yeah.
That lavender, old timey black and white blob.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right.
Alright.
Well, good luck with that, you three.
That's
All
actually
right. Let's see. All right, we'll pass down to fill the gap first.
Oh.
Yeah, no, pass down to me because I've got a hole now.
Thank you.
And then
This is gone.
pass it again.
And pass it again.
There you have it.
All right.
And this is
Oh,
you.
and you can discard your. Well, I can save this because I absorbed a bunch
Yeah.
of energy. All right. So you've got a new target. Does anybody need a refresher on what their target was doing?
I do not.
No, but I do need some time to think about what's gonna happen to you.
Yeah, no worries.
Me too.
We've all got
Sinister.
simultaneous time to think about it.
I'm ready.
You are first.
All right. As you're barreling and careening toward or through a civilian city, children, houses, mothers, families, flattering, and you have, as you mentioned, no remorse.
0.
But your time may change when you realize you're careening directly towards a power plant of this lower level city. And it's 1 foot away. You're going very fast. And although you know perhaps the kinetic energy from the explosion you may be shielded from, the fire that will engulf you is a little different.
True.
So it's like a coal plant, like because that's what they make
Yeah.
steam with, right?
Steampunk.
Steampunk coal plant.
A lot of gears in there too.
A lot of
Stairs.
Okay, so Kajiro,
Mm-hmm.
there was remember that animal control team?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they also have a horse gate where it's like one of those cat panini catchers, but it's horse sized. And so the thing that you were doing to me, now you, but now you,
Constricting metal.
Mm, I see.
metal, you know what, the electric, what have you,
Ah.
and you are yelling like a man because your top half is a man, but they're still like, yeah, you're a freak, you're a horse.
Okay.
No, you're yelling like a person. You don't have to win it.
You don't know how his vocal cords
You
work.
could, I guess, if you want it.
It's a choice.
Are you a horse or are you a man?
It's him as a person, but still making winning
Yeah,
sounds. Like,
You can tell it's just him pretending to be a horse top hat.
More reason to get in there.
True. The horse is too smart.
all right, you managed to get them to stop constricting and electrifying the net, but you're still kind of like in a little ball. And the giant's like walking around, smushing people with its big old blobby fists, and it sees you and it's like,
I
"Oh,
was afraid he would see me.
Happy." He grabs you up in your little packaging and he puts it into his mouth and he starts to chew you up
Oh god.
with its big blobby like teeth. You don't really know if they're crushing or if they're
I think it's a crunch.
okay.
It's a lavender crunch.
If anything,
It's a lot-
we know it's arrows. Why?
Imminent.
There's a lot of hot stuff and crunching going around.
Yep.
You got some crunching, sucking.
I think we're all ready.
All right.
All right. I'm going to build Degrassi MacGyver and perform an incredible scientific feat using whatever at hand. In my little electrified net, I noticed that one section had a little box that's controlling the entire thing. Although I'm small and a horse, due to my incredible scientific knowledge, I open up the box and swiftly reroute the electricity and the function to do the exact reverse of what's happening. Instead of constricting and electrifying the inside, now expanding rapidly and electrifying the outside to incapacitate all around me and allowing me time to move how I please and escape.
Pretty good. So you're small and a horse? Was that what I heard?
Why are
I'm
you small?
Well, I'm being
Because it's being
Oh.
subject.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
It's still got
With
enough
your horse
wiggle
hands?
room. With
Oh no,
his-
you have your human hands.
Yeah,
on
his human
top.
hands. Yeah.
Oh, I have both horse feet
Hooves.
and human
Hands.
hands. That's how they are.
Do you have 6
That's how they are.
limbs?
So you came up with that thinking you
I was
doing
a
it with
little
hooves,
worried that
like,
someone
the
might-
whole time.
I thought one of the comments was, so you're doing this with hooves? And I was hoping no one would call that out, but I
And
do
your
have
plan
hands.
was just yes.
Yeah.
So good at science.
Dude, knowing that there's hands makes this way better.
I am I got grabbed by the big monster, which is I thought somebody might do that. I have the ability to manipulate the laws of reality as long as it is part of a gag, like a cartoon.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great.
So
Oh.
I was thinking it would be really funny and cool and cartoon if like the cartoon monster got murdered by a cartoon anvil.
That's awesome.
And I'm okay, I promise.
That's like
Is there? Would you like to add anything more about that?
I fell out.
Okay. So Anvil flattens it, and you.
I'm a
like,
cartoon too.
You're kind of like bleh, just pop
well,
out.
I'd imagine if you had something in your mouth and an anvil hit you, you'd probably like, wow. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe
okay.
definitely not chomp it down.
No,
With that confidence.
Definitely
because
not.
you'd probably scream, and then that would, so yeah.
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 Ah,
Perfect.
bleh,
Alright.
take this thing out of my mouth. That's what I would.
And put it safely over here on this hand.
I'm so sorry.
I'll eat it later.
Yeah.
I'll have it later once I'm fully recovered.
Spicy.
So I'm charging at train wreck speed into this coal
Power
steam power plant.
Mm.
Well, that's new. So I realize there's a bit of extra construction, and that's okay though, because using speed manipulation, I can speed up or slow down moving things. So I'm gonna take one hand off the tilty wheel, and I'm gonna crank on the speed with the
What are you speeding
ultra
up?
jets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm speeding up through it. I'm not stopping. No,
Oh.
I'm shooting through it like a bullet.
Oh.
So if you pass through it before it explodes.
I didn't
then it's
expect
like-
that.
Yeah.
Well, I have my answer.
Mm.
So do I. It's okay, Tim. All right. 3, 2, 1, drop him. Oh no!
Wait.
So I believe this is 2 and 2.
So
Yeah.
you need to pick someone different.
No,
No.
no,
No. Sorry.
In the event of a tie, there's a rule in here that doesn't come up always, but no one wins a compromise. So we both are eliminated.
Okay.
So first we'll take care of what went wrong with us, and then you get to tell us how the story ends.
Oh god.
It's kind of a worst case.
Right, that's scary to die.
So
All right. I do successfully expand the net and electrify everyone, and thinking I'm safe, I let go of whatever control that was, and it comes constricting back. Now with the force of already being expanded, and I, with the net, am instantly cubed.
yeah.
Cube
I like in
horse.
Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cubed.
Horse meat, pre-cubed.
People
Yummy.
probably love it in the steampunk town. It's
We
like-
can add it to the
Dude,
employee
this is
stew.
so much better than sludge. Finally, something other than sludge.
So I put on the ultra speed boost lever in an attempt to pass through the coal steam plant. And yeah, I mean this train's been through a lot. It's as we already saw, like the infrastructure of the train tracks are eroding. This isn't my first town that I plowed through. My girl just didn't have one more left in her, so I hit the coal steam plant against its new construction for some reason.
Right.
Like they just put it here, concrete walls, and I just shatter.
There's
And
been a lot of transmutation going on in that train,
Yeah.
so it's a little.
Yeah,
The
that's-
structure is a little worse for
it's
wear.
weird. Yeah. So with my same placid expression, I splat like a bug against the side of the.
Oh.
the
Oh,
power plant.
Tuesdays. Am I right? Mondays.
Train Town lets out a cheer. They're like,
Get this guy out of here.
Rain guy.
So
Oh.
since you're the
I
last
don't know
survivor,
how I could have survived that. I was like, I'm for sure dead, right? Like,
Well, you can end the story however you like if you
Mhm.
want to die as part of the show.
Okay, so in what I would think would be fun to happen is that I jump out of the mouth of the bone mass monster before he gets murdered. And unfortunately that was all of my cartoon colleagues. But and also like everybody else is dead, so and I have like a bunch of money. So instead I start my own cartoon train, but it's better because I do it for free instead of for compensation because I have a lot of money. And
So the old train would charge towns.
I assumed
Yeah, if you want to board the train, you have to pay a ticket.
Right.
that's what why would you not do
I
that?
thought it was just like a propaganda thing. Like,
I
you know?
assumed you were it was like the greedy guy. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah.
There's only two things certain in this world: trains and taxes.
But yeah, just for the love of the game, I'm doing cartoon work. And it's just me and some freaks I found who want to do the same thing. I found the art people.
Nice.
That's
What starts anew?
We'll get better.
That's awesome. Yeah. So I like to try to end every game on a positive note. Luckily, you helped by actually ending the game on a positive note. Doesn't always happen. But I appreciate you guys all playing today. The world can get pretty horrible out there. Like the train tax collector coming around, stealing his dues, giving you shows you don't want, and not giving a crap about whether
Every
you get
day
to.
with this guy.
Yeah. But nevertheless, at least you're there with your friends to
True. True.
to weather the storm.
Except for the
Right.
ones that are dead, though.
Honor their memory. Be kind.